Good afternoon and thanks for watching. I'm Jurnee Taylor here with meteorologist Nathan Scott. Nathan, it is a beautiful Tuesday. It's starting to feel sticky, and I know we're going to say this every single day, and yes, I am.
It's too early to say that, Jurnee. I mean, we're only in mid-May. We've got a long ways to go, but yes, Tuesday will be a little bit on the toasty side. Many locations will flirt with 90 degrees this afternoon. Out there right now, lots of sun with some clouds mixed in, but the temperature 84 right now in the capital city of Little Rock, 81 in Russellville, 82 in Arkadelphia. It's 84 in Pine Bluff. Those clouds not producing any precipitation right now in the natural state, but I am watching a cluster of storms, and they are severe, into Kansas. That's riding along a front that's draped its way into North Arkansas. That cluster will weaken as it moves into the natural state, but with that front around, there's going to be a small chance there could be a stray shower storm that tries to pop up in north central Arkansas. Otherwise, it'll be a hot day, a little bit on the humid side, highs near 90. Our chances of shower storms will be going up for a Wednesday. More on that potential coming up.
Today, voters in Pine Bluff are deciding the fate of a controversial capital improvement tax. In 2017, the people of Pine Bluff passed a 5/8 cents sales tax to improve education and economic development. That tax will sunset soon, and now it is back on the ballot for voters to consider its continuation. Voters will also get a chance to decide whether or not to pass a new 3/8 cents sales tax for public safety. We've been covering both sides of the initiative from prominent groups and organizations. The CEO of Go Forward Pine Bluff, Ryan Watley, says they are in favor, pushing the idea that there is a lot of work that needs to be done, but that's going to cost a lot of money. But the president of the NAACP Pine Bluff chapter says the tax does not meet the priorities of the city.
The conditions dictate that we need this funding, we need these initiatives, and we don't have time to wait.
We have some issues in our community. Our community needs a new school. To put this tax before our children, the NAACP had to speak out.
Now, polls are open until 7:30 p.m. We will have those results tonight at 10. The Conway School District is also holding an election today. 2 current school board members are running to keep their seats. In Zone 5, incumbent Bill Milburn is being challenged by Trey Geyer, and Sheila Franklin is challenging current board vice president Jennifer Cunningham, who was first elected in 2018. This election comes following several controversial decisions from the school board. Polls are open at 2 places today, the McGee Center on College Avenue and the Agape Acts Church on Ingram Street. You can cast your vote until 7:30 p.m. In other news, we're learning more about a legal battle surrounding the Arkansas Learns Act. In East Arkansas, a group of parents and families in the Marble Elaine School District are taking action against the State Board of Education. The lawsuit follows the board's approval of a transformation contract with Friendship Education Foundation to take over the district. The group's lawyers argue that lawmakers did not follow proper voting procedures on the act because they didn't hold a separate vote on the emergency clause. This misstep, they say, means the Learns Act isn't in effect yet, and any actions under it are illegal. State Education Secretary Jacob Oliva calls the lawsuit frivolous. Protesters in New York City are promising to keep demonstrating until justice is served for 30-year-old Jordan Neely. The homeless man who allegedly threatened passengers died after being put in a chokehold by a former Marine on the subway. It was all caught on camera, and we do want to caution you that this video is disturbing, but we also want to share some of that this afternoon to show you exactly what happened. Here's Nancy Chin.
Demonstrations erupted in New York again Monday night over the death of 30-year-old Jordan Neely. Neely was homeless with a history of mental illness. Witnesses say Neely was acting erratically on the subway last week, screaming about being hungry and tired.
What are the cops?
That's when video lasting nearly 3 minutes shows Marine veteran Daniel Penny with Neely in a chokehold. as at least one onlooker warns it could be fatal. Neely was pronounced dead at the hospital. His death ruled a homicide.
I think what happened is things got really out of control, but horrible accidents sometimes can turn into a manslaughter.
Former Manhattan Assistant District Attorney Michael Bachner.
The testimony of the other people on the train, how endangered they may have felt, how heightened and really kind of scary and aggressive the whole situation was, that could lead to the conclusion that he acted in self-defense.
A lawyer for the 24-year-old says Daniel never intended to harm Mr. Neely and could not have foreseen his untimely death.
Jordan's story could be anybody else, anybody else's family member, anybody else's loved one, could be dealing with these issues.
Neely's family says Penny needs to be held accountable.
What would justice look like for the Neely family?
So justice immediately means an arrest. It means following the process through and letting Daniel Penny have a day in court where he tries to prove that none of this is what we all know it to be, a murder.
When this happened, an NYPD spokesperson mentioned Neely did have an extensive record of arrests. The former Manhattan Assistant DA we spoke with tells us that likely would not be a factor in a potential case unless Penny somehow knew about Neely's history when he encountered him on the train. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
Well, Neely was known to impersonate Michael Jackson, dressing and dancing like the legendary music artist on New York's busy trains and stations. The Biden administration is working to curb an influx of migrants coming to the southern border as Title 42 comes to an end. The new regulation would allow for the quick expulsion of migrants apprehended at the border and disqualify migrants from asylum if they fail to request it in another country on their way to the U.S. It would also bar most non-Mexican migrants from asylum if they enter the U.S. without permission. Meanwhile, President Biden will talk with congressional leaders today to try to find a way to raise the government debt limit and avoid a potential default. The leaders in the House and Senate will be there to discuss money already borrowed, and now the bills are due. Heading into this meeting, the only thing both sides seem to agree on is that defaulting would be economically catastrophic. We'll have an update on that later tonight. Well, are you looking to cut back on the caffeine by making the switch to decaf coffee? Well, you'll want to stick around for today's Verify What We Need to Know in 2 minutes. Nathan, what are you seeing?
And you need the sunglasses this afternoon. We've got lots of sun in the forecast, but tomorrow you'll be looking for the rain gear. Shower and storm chances will be going up. I'll let you know how much rain we can see over the next several days coming up.